Okay, on this one we're looking at finding all of the zeros on this one. And zeros, and that's kind of when the output, this h of x equals 0, is we're trying to find what all of our x values are going to be. In other words, if we wanted to kind of simplify it, it's basically we're solving this one for x. This one's a little bit different than the ones that we've done in the past because this one has an x cubed instead of just an x squared. So, but you're kind of solving them somewhat similar, and let's kind of walk through this one. Okay, so on this one, the first thing I want to do is, since we're finding the zeros, I'm going to set this h of x equal to, instead of writing h of x, I'm going to write 0. So I do that now. And all I did is rewrote this exact same equation. I didn't change it all. I just changed that first part there to 0. Okay, now I'm trying to look at this, and I'm trying to determine if there's a greatest common factor that I can factor out. Is there something that goes into all three of those? Well, 5 and 11 doesn't have anything, and 2. That doesn't help, but I do notice all three of them have an x. So the first thing I'm going to do is factor out an x at this point. So there's my x, and if I factor out an x, that leaves me 5x squared minus 11x plus 2. All I did is I took I took an x out of each one of those there. Okay, now my goal is to factor what's left. Okay, now when we're factoring this one, x can't really be factored any further than that. I'm really worried about factoring this right here. I recommend that you use the Berry method, and we covered that in a previous video. But if you're going to factor this one, that's when we do our a times c. 5 times 2 gives me 10, where two numbers multiply together to give me 10, but add together to give me negative 11. And I find out that that's negative 10 and negative 1. Okay, so this is kind of like the Berry method here. I do the 5x minus 10, 5x minus 1. We know that this is wrong because 5x times 5x gives me 25x squared. But with the Berry method now, I can look at this one. I say, okay, these two share a common factor. I'm going to factor that one out now. So I do. That's got a 5. So then at this point, this 5, I know using the Berry method is gone now. I don't do anything with it, so I just cross it off. Okay, and that's going to leave me here. Okay, and this is my factor. My 5x squared minus 11x plus 2. My factors are x minus 2 times 5x minus 1. Okay, now that I've got this set up, I'm just trying to solve it for x, basically. So I'm trying to set these up so that I can find out what x equals. And we've done these before where it's x minus 2 equals 0 and 5 minus 1 equals 0. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up each one of these three equations. Okay, so I'm going to go x equals 0, and I got that one. If we look right here, this x, right here, I set up that first x equals to 0. Okay, now, let's see here, I'll clear that out. Now on the next one, now I've got this. I've got to set up my second one. X minus 2 is equal to 0. We have to set up each part here. I've got three different parts. We've got to set each one of those equal to 0. And the last thing here is 5x minus 1 is equal to 0. So now that I've got all three of those equations set up, now what I want to do is to solve all three of them. Well, this one's already solved. X equals 0, so I'm good there. This one, I go, okay, x minus 2 equals 0, so I got to solve that, and I'll move my 2 onto the other side. And this one here, I've got to go, okay, 5x minus 1 equals 0, so then I add 1 to both sides and then divide by 5. So I'm going to do that now, and magically I did it really quickly. Computer helps with that, obviously, but so now I find out that x equals 2, x equals 1/5, and x equals 0. So my answer, if I'm asking you to find all three zeros, your answer would be 0, 2, and 1/5. And typically you would write those in ascending order, so it could be 0, 0, 1/5, 2. If you wanted to write it like that, x equals 0, x equals 2, and x equals 1/5, that would be okay for the test, not on the homework. The homework is a computer, and so I give you multiple choice, and you just choose one of those. But that's basically what we're looking at, just solving each one of them for x, and we find out that x has three different answers here.